A very good morning, it's Fabio and welcome back to another daily market outlook. EURUSD, gold and much more are going to be discussed. So make sure to leave a like and let's dive in. So EURUSD, first of all, is currently inside a supply zone. So I understand a lot of you are currently looking for a short from this zone. We've seen the initial reaction to that supply zone and we've now liquidated its high. So in order to see bearish confirmation for sells, I want to see a break of the 4-hour fractal structure and a break in order flow. A break of this low could then hint on a further downside impulse. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, what you can see is that we have had bullish order flow. Overall, this sell before the buy was in control. Then again, this sell before the buy has been in control. So what I'm currently waiting for is for the new order flow to be broken. So I want this zone over here to get broken. I want us to see a clear impulse in towards the downside, break the structure, get that retest in towards a supply zone, and then I'll be looking for further downside on EURUSD. Otherwise, what could happen is that we just see this early London retracement and then we just continue up higher with the overall current lower time frame trend. Going into the daily, we're still inside daily supply, hence why I'm not very interested in looking for buys. If we take out that daily supply zone, then for me it will be far higher probability to start looking for more longs in towards these two areas of supply. So that is what I'm currently waiting for. Let's see if we get any bearish confirmation or if we get bullish confirmation. You guys know what we're looking for. Bearish confirmation is a break of this low. Bullish confirmation is a break of this high. Going into the dollar index is showing some mixed signals. If we first of all look at the daily time frame, we can see yesterday a very indecisive candle closure. Obviously it was a bank holiday, so again, everybody a happy Thanksgiving. But overall here on the daily, we've seen that fractal structure get broken, so the red line. At the moment, we've seen a pullback and this is now your daily fractal high. So what I'm now expecting is for us maybe to see a retracement, but then another push down in towards, for example, this fresh sell before the buy up, before then, for example, heading up higher again or breaking that and then heading down lower. Unless we break this black line, because if we break the black line, then you have the fractal break again and we could just see further upside, and then this would just be a liquidity grab to fuel the next move up higher. Go into the 4-hour time frame and you'll see that that daily fractal structure is also very simply said 4-hour structure. We get the impulse down, we get the pullback, impulse down, pullback, impulse down. So at this point in time, this is very clearly our supply zone that's in control. So seeing a pullback currently on the London session is not very strange, just to fuel the next move down. But if we do break that supply zone, which I just highlighted, so this zone over here, then that could hint at a potential further upside move once again. So keep your eyes open on the dollar index, as that could be a sign if EURUSD is ready to drop or not. Going into AUD/USD next, we can see that AUD/USD is pretty similar to EU. To be honest, the AU is a lot more bearish than the other pairs from what I've seen until now. Looking here at AU and focusing first of all on the daily time frame, what I want to say about the daily is that the daily is a little bit unclear. We've been consolidating pretty much all week. All I know is that at this point in time, the overall structure is more bearish than bullish. Obviously, we've seen the impulse down, we get the correction, and then you would expect another impulse down. Going into the 4-hour time frame, we then want to look for potential entries. However, if we look at this 4-hour, we can again very clearly see that we are just simply consolidating. We're very stuck inside a range, making all trades lower probability. However, we do have a lot of liquidity building up below these ascending lows over here, which I would like to get taken out. However, I'm only interested in AU shorts once we start breaking that 4-hour fractal low. Looking here at the 1-hour, you can see how unclear the overall structure is. Therefore, sticking a little bit to the higher time frame, and the higher time frame is telling me that currently this demand zone is in control on the 4-hour time frame. If we break that 4-hour low, then we'll have a 4-hour fractal shift and I'll start looking for a potential short once again. As simple as that. Currently not interested in any longs. Going into GBP USD next, GBP USD has broken structure in towards the upside. If we look here at the daily time frame, what you're going to see is that we've got a daily fractal structure break. So this supply zone has now been broken and we have this daily bullish fractal break. Personally, not very interesting to buy at this point in time. All I can say is that currently this is your demand zone that is in control. And if we break the low of that bullish candle, then once again, we could just look for further downside, because overall the momentum is definitely still in towards the lows, right? This could just be a liquidity grab, and to confirm that this is a liquidity grab, wait for the fractal low break, and then we could go short once again. Otherwise, if GBPUSD is really bullish, it will just react and it will just continue up higher. Going into the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the 4-hour is also in a bullish order flow, so called. So this is again your 4-hour sell for the buy that is currently in control. So let's see if this is not just a tap in towards this supply zone over here, and then for example the sell-off. Wait for this, and then you should go long, in my opinion. That's what I'll be looking for. I want to see another push up, and I want to see order flow confirmed, because otherwise, again, this could just be equal highs over here, tap in towards supply, and then sell off in towards downside. So to confirm that this supply zone is valid, I'll be waiting for the 4-hour fractal break, pull back, and then I'll be looking for a very nice short, as the overall momentum is still very bearish here on GU, and this could just simply be a liquidity grab. So to confirm that that is a liquidity grab, wait for the daily and the 4-hour fractal change, and then we'll look to get in on a short. Currently not interested in longs just yet. Only once we break that 4-hour supply zone would I be interested in getting involved with longs, because for now this is in control, this supply zone. So let's wait and see if we can take that out, and then we'll be looking at longs. Going into NZD USD, what is that pair doing? NZD USD, as you can see the line, it was drawn out yesterday. Sadly, we never pushed down lower in towards our demand zone. So here on the 1-hour time frame real quick, we can very clearly see that we were building up equal lows. I was really hoping to see a nice low break and then get some bullish momentum to get in on a long. Sadly, nothing was presented. Going into the daily at the moment, we can see that the daily is very similar to the others. What I'm now looking at is, because again, the overall momentum is still in towards the downside, right? That is what we need to understand. Momentum is down. So just buying on like 3 bullish candles like we had over here, or like we had over here, it's not very high probability. So you really want to wait for bullish confirmation to go long. But at the moment, what I'm looking at is the fact that demand is in control. So first of all, we had this demand zone. We never tapped into it. So currently we have this demand zone that is in control. So what I'm now focused on, again, if I want to look for shorts, I want to see that demand zone break, and then we'll look for a short. If we want to look for longs, just follow this and trade, for example, in towards this daily imbalance over here. Go into the 4-hour time frame, and then what you'll see is that, again, indeed, we have a sell before a strong buy up. However, the only thing that I do not like about that zone is the fact that we have a lot of equal lows, making it not a very strong area of demand. Preferably when you form an area of demand, you want it to grab liquidity and then form. That will just be a higher probability zone. So preferably what I'm going to be doing is I'll be waiting, because at the moment we have this area of supply which we're reacting to. Did we already tap into it? Yes, we did. We tapped into it over there, so it's not fresh, but it could still cause a further push down. What I'm now going to be focusing on is, again, to see, very similar to GBPUSD, is this not just a liquidity grab? So how are we going to confirm that this is not just a liquidity grab? We're going to be focusing on that daily fractal low. If the daily fractal low holds, then we'll continue up higher. If that breaks, then I'll be interested in looking for shorts once again on NZD USD. And obviously we'll also be looking at what the dollar index is doing. Going into gold, last of all, gold has been pushing up higher beautifully. Go into the 1 hour, because the daily is not very clear. We can very clearly see that the 1 hour has this area of supply over here. So this is your supply zone. Again, I was not personally interested in looking for shorts from this supply zone over here, due to the fact that I see this as a fake supply zone. There's no liquidity in the overall push down, so your initial kind of tap becomes liquidity itself. So what I was looking for was this over here, where we have this as your area of demand. So this is your first accumulation zone, and then this is your second accumulation zone. And then you want to get in on the next impulse to get out that high. Sadly, as you can see over here, pretty much the entry that you then want to potentially take was in the midnight. Suddenly during midnight it started pushing very, very hard, and the order flow shifted in towards the highs. So there was no real entry possibility to be taken here on gold. sadly, but I'll be keeping my eyes open for today if the overall order flow will continue up higher, or what we're likely to see today is a retracement back down in towards this demand zone. So let's see if that happens first, and then from this demand zone we can decide if we want to go long or if we want to continue down lower. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. Make sure to join Discord, link in the description down below, and I'll see you there.